So one thing I love about Japan, and when you come here, you'll probably love it too, is the convenience store culture, right? Like I don't know about where you from, but in the United States, convenience stores you gotta kind of watch your back a little bit when you're there. But here, it's a completely pleasant environment, generally speaking, very clean, very organized, a welcoming kind of place. And another thing is the beer, right? Like if you drink, like I drink, I mean, I don't drink all the time, but if you drink, you're able to drink outside here, right? And as you can see, I chose a picture. This beer right here and this beer right here are two of my favorite. Oh, and that one over here are my favorite Japanese craft beers. Um, this one is Yona Yona Ale. This is Suiobi no Neko. And this is Aoni. Actually, they're all made by the same company. This one is made by the same company too, but I don't really like it that much. But but recently I've been getting into craft beers. But you know, one interesting thing is that you can drink on the street when you're in Japan. So um, you know, uh, I've been hearing from a lot of my students and Japanese people that it's becoming an issue, especially around Shibuya or things like that, because I actually saw a news story about it. Because the amount of tourists coming into Japan is increasing a lot, and people are like, "Oh snap, we can like drink outside here." In America, you can't do that; you're gonna go to jail. Um, but it's really free and unhindered kind of way of drinking, enjoying alcohol. But me personally, I don't drink in front of the. I'm not knocking you if you do. I'm not. I'm just giving a little game, a little advice. Like if you do come to Japan and you want to, enjoy some beverages outside, I kind of recommend a couple of things, like just to keep the locals happy. Of course, like depending on areas like Shibuya, I think they might end up like changing the rules to kind of like ban people from drinking in those areas, just because it seems like it's getting a bit out of control and the trash and things like that are becoming an issue, which is a little bit sad because I like walking from point A to point B with a beer in your hand, right? When if I'm going out or hanging out with friends, but just in general, as a general rule, like if you want to abide by Japanese manners and be seen as a foreign person who kind of knows the proper etiquette, first rule, don't be loud. Second rule, stay away from the entrance of the convenience store if you can, like to the side, for example. Like if you're just in front of the door, it's kind of difficult for people to kind of enter and leave, and no one's going to tell you, no one's going to complain, the staff is not going to be like, hey, get out of here. So because that's just culture here is really non-confrontational. So stay, if you're going to be in front of the convenience store, just don't be in front of the entrance. Like be to the side of the convenience store, kind of away from where people are, can see you, so the staff also doesn't really have to worry about it. They can just do their job and they're not looking like, oh, they're still there. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? I wish they would leave. That's the one thing. Also, keep your noise level down a bit. I know it's kind of hard if you are drinking, but and you're having fun, you're excited to be in Japan, you're hanging out with your friends, maybe you're meeting new people, depending on where you are. People might come up and talk to you, you might be telling some jokes, but it's fine. But keep the noise level, be aware of the area that you're in, because you might be in a residential area. It might be nighttime. People might have work. Like, in summertime, it's hot. They might have their window open and they don't really want to hear foreign people yelling and telling, cussing and telling, silly jokes all night. So that's another thing. If you, it's just a couple of people. Another, if you want to take your etiquette to the next level, like especially on the trains as well, which will be another video. If you have a handkerchief, wrap your handkerchief around your beer so people can't actively see you drinking. It's more of an appearance thing. It just shows you are trying to be restrained, in your actions. And also, it makes a nice little cozy as well. So those are the main things I would recommend you do. If you do that, you will be contributing to Japan's willingness to bring in, foreign people into the country. I try and do those things. The handkerchief, not all the time, but definitely staying to the side, keeping the noise level down, and being aware of the area that you're in will help the people of Japan, help the people in the store, and make them, everyone feel a lot more comfortable.